YouTube, what is up? Thanks for joining me today. This is Greg Scott. This evening we are going, you and me, we are going to one of the shops that I've been doing photography for about 6 years now. I've known these guys for that long and they are stellar, down-to-earth people, and I'm stoked to be doing photography for them. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, right here, I'm gonna pop it up. You're gonna be able to see exactly where my Instagram is. You'll be able to see a lot of these photos if you wanna take a longer look at them. But anyways, that's what we're gonna be doing this evening. We're gonna be going to this tattoo shop, and you guys are gonna be able to go first-person view with me. You're gonna be able to see exactly what I see, and you're gonna be able to see the final edits as I take them. And I am going to be doing a voiceover commentary on the photos themselves because there's a lot of conversation and just noise going on in the background of the tattoo shop. So anyways, I can't wait for you guys to go with me, so let's rock and roll. Oh, by the way, if you guys could do me a favor before you leave today, make sure you smack or punch the like button, whatever floats your boat. And make sure you subscribe as well, because what that does is that keeps you updated with all the videos that I post up. And make sure you slide that little bell button, I think it is. It'll let you know whenever things are posted up. So anyways, let's rock and roll. Okay, so as I'm approaching this shot, I'm not really able to lay down on the floor because, well, that would be weird and that would be really awkward for other people around me. Anyways, what I'm using is the touchscreen capabilities on my Canon, and Canon actually allows you to be able to touch the screen and activate the shutter and take a photo. Here's the first photo. We're dropping it in Lightroom real fast. I stayed in the basic section because I didn't think it needed to go any further than the basic section. I dropped the temperature down because the floors have that red hue in them, and not only that, but the lighting bouncing off the walls, it definitely warms up the photo a little too much, so I cooled it down. And I did drop the exposure down just a hair, and the reason why is because of the lighting. It's fluorescent lighting, and there was just a lot of lighting going on in there, which, don't get me wrong, that's good, but I tend to underexpose my photos, as you guys know. I also brought the contrast up. I brought the highlights down and my whites down because of that light that's right above the girl that's getting the tattoo. There was a little bit too much going on in terms of light, so I did bring the highlights and the whites down. I did bring my shadows up quite a bit, and the reason why is because I wanted his black shirt to be a little bit more visible, and I lowered the blacks down just to kind of level that out. And then the very last thing that I did is brought the clarity up just to give a little bit more detail. So, hope you guys like that. Okay, so I totally could not pass up this subframing opportunity, utilizing that light on the left-hand side and the artist right there in front of us, and being able to look in between all of that and drawing your attention directly to the tattoo artist at the very other side of the shop. So yeah, I hope you guys like that. Sometimes you really have to look at your surroundings and you know, just basically pay attention, and you know, don't ignore everything that's going on around you. This is what makes or breaks a photo. Okay, so ask yourself this question: where is my eye drawn to? And the answer to that should be directly to the middle, right where the artist is, in between the light and the other tattoo artist. I made it so that the closest tattoo artist and the light and everything right in front of you is out of focus, and I made it to where the background is in focus, and I utilized that as a subframing tactic. And you know, I just want to encourage you guys, if you look around your surroundings when you're walking around, try to get creative. Be very observant of your surroundings. You can utilize a lot of different things to make it a lot more cooler looking and do different things with your photos in terms of the composition. So yet again, I dropped the temperature down and pretty much everything was on point. I did bring the highlights down just a little bit because of that bright light right there, and I did bring the blacks up and the shadows up a little bit just to give a little bit more detail on the shirts. So there you go. Okay, so as far as the composition goes in this photo, I utilized the bar light behind him to introduce a little bit of fill light that was spilling over top of his shoulders. If you look really closely on his shoulders, you can see that there's a little bit of fill light spilling over his shoulders. And what that does is it gives his body a little bit more definition so that he's not blending in with the darker background. I also used a graduated filter just around his head and his shoulders, just so that the ink bottles behind him are not distracting and draw your attention away from him. I want the attention drawn to him and him only, because obviously he's the subject of the photo. Anyways, so as usual, I lowered the temperature of the photo, I dropped the exposure and bumped up the contrast, and I did bring up the blacks just to give him a little bit more definition as well in his shirt. So hope you guys like this one. Okay, so I want each of you to make this mental note. Every single photo that you take should tell a story. How do photos tell stories? Well, photos tell stories with the facial expressions of the subjects in the photo, and photos tell stories even with the surrounding objects and things that are in the photo in terms of the composition and how the photo is set up. This photo tells me a specific story. It may not be the same story that it tells you though, and that's okay. But a photo that doesn't tell a story is just dull, it's boring. And I just want to encourage everybody to just think outside of the box. Look at your surroundings, look at all the objects, look at the things that are going on in the photo, and always be prepared. Expect the unexpected for a photo. All right, guys. Woo. All right, so we are back, everybody. That was an awesome night. I hope you guys enjoyed that video and that first-person view. I hope you enjoyed the photos as well. Yet again, if you guys want to see those photos a little bit longer and just take a little bit longer view on those, you can go to my Instagram. I'm gonna pop that up right here above my finger, right there. Yeah, guys, check it out. Go follow me on Instagram so that you can stay updated as well. I do post up under my bio, and where basically whenever I post up the new videos, that's where the link goes. So you guys can stay updated that way as well, and you get to see all the different photos that I upload. Make sure, guys, yet again, before you leave today, smack or punch that like button, whatever floats that boat of yours, and also subscribe, because that just keeps you updated with all the photos. Wow, because that's what I do every single day. I'm talking about photos and thinking about photos in my head. It keeps you updated with all of the videos that I post up. So God bless each and every one of you. I love all of you, and thank you so much for your support. We'll see you next time. See ya.